We are going to talk about satire. Satire is a form of writing meant to criticize, to bring out social ills, to handle very important aspects of the society with the intention to expose and bring correction. Butakes and palm wine will flow is no exception, and the following have been satirized in the play. Butake satirizes the abuse of power. Whenever the faun takes over and tastes power, he turns his back against the chief priest, against the people whom he rules, and he rules for himself. He uses the power that he has for the wrong reason, which is to enrich himself. He lives a life of pleasure, as every day there is palm wine drinking at the palace. Those who offer him gifts and also give him bribes are giving the revered red feather. This is the case of Kibanya, whom even the women refer to as a manless man. And in the same manner, he pleases his supporters by giving them lands that he has seized from those who defy his authority. Butake also satirizes greed, as the faun seizes the property of those who defy his authority, like Shengong or Gwe's father. He also received gifts of bribe of fowls and goats from his subjects and compensates them with the red feather. He cares only about his stomach and that of his family members and those who surround him. No wonder Shengong refers to him as the pig that only cares about the stomach, the hunger of its stomach. He spends time in pleasure, eating and drinking. And when Kibaranko attacks the palace, Kibaranko meets the faun and the other notables in different degrees of drunkenness. Butake also satirizes the betrayal of duty. The faun is supposed to incarnate the power of the gods and the ancestors and to rule the people and care about their welfare. Nevertheless, he impoverishes them, subjects them to misery, humiliation, and violence. He seizes their lands, he seizes their wives, and enslaves them. He seizes the lands of Shengong and those of Gwe's father, and also seizes the wife of Gwe's father and takes them to the palace for his personal use. Taking away the farmlands of these people means impoverishing them. Those who try to oppose him in one way or the other are considered his enemies. They are either vaporized or humiliated. Those who are vaporized are killed at Epang under the supervision of Fomi Inyam and Fomi Eleme. But for people like Tapa, he sends his stocks to beat him mercilessly, seize the palm wine that he had tapped the previous day, and they tie Sangong to a kola tree and whip him like a common thief or criminal to the point that he's unable to move, simply because they are very close to the chief priest. Butake satirizes the use of violence as a tool of governance. He satirizes dictatorship. He satirizes oppression. The beating of Sangong, the beating of Tapa, and the vaporization of his enemies are all elements that point towards the fact that the faun perpetuates his stay in power through the use of violence. Apang, therefore, symbolizes a place where violence, intimidation is practiced. The killing, physical elimination of those who oppose him highlights man's inhumanity to man. No wonder when the women depose the faun, they are not willing anymore to be led or ruled by a new faun. They want to usher in a new form of governance, some sort of democracy where everyone's voice will be heard. Lastly, Botake satirizes the abusive consumption of alcohol. He refers to alcohol as the curse of the land. Remember that alcohol is the opium of the people. The palace has been transformed to a place of pleasure. And Shengong says, hardly does a day go by that there is no festivity at the palace, and palm wine will flow. It is the curse of the society. No wonder at the end of the play, he bans the consumption of alcohol and says it will only be used for incantations to the gods and the ancestors of the land, or for the preparation of medicinal herbs for the sick.